So I realised I'm happiest when I'm doing something, and that's what's been lacking in my life recently, I think, is like a full-on project. I remember back in the summer I was having the best time organising the garden and creating stuff because I actually had stuff to build and to do, and that's something I really feel like I'm lacking right now. And when I say full-on project, I mean something that I can physically build myself with my hands. It's at times like this I feel like I wish I had the money to go and buy a piece of land and build a tiny house and spend all my time building stuff. Recently I've been thinking a lot about when I have been most happy this year, or when I've been my happiest, and I've realised that it's actually at that very beginning when I started to take on the garden project and start building things by drilling holes and creating a way to frame them and all this kind of stuff. It really gave me a sense of purpose. It really gave me something to do that was physical, and I just utterly enjoyed it. I spent days and days and days doing that and filming that and putting it all together, and it just felt right. I think that's why I've done several things over the past year, like that 75-kilometer walk in 24 hours, that bikepacking trip, 130 kilometers or 135 kilometers in 2 days, staying in that yurt on my own, doing the garden. And that's why I've created this challenge for January. If you don't know about the challenge, then sign up to the newsletter in the description. Everything is going to be a 30-day challenge, and we're going to be doing this together. It's going to be about sustainability, it's going to be about seasonal eating, it's going to be all the nuance, it's going to be a book list. It's going to be amazing. Check out the link in the description, just saying. And that's why I took on that project. I mean, I love intellectual things, intellectual projects, but at my core, I love physical projects. This is also why I decided to get really fit over the third lockdown. I did nothing for the first and second lockdown, which is very unlike me because I need exercise for my mental health. But that's why, and I've been really consistent for the past however many 6 months since I've been able to go back to the gym as well. But that's just ticking along. Everything right now, I'm so grateful that I'm pretty content in my life. Work is going really well. I'm really enjoying making my videos. And to be fair, that has a lot to do with you. You give me really great feedback and you just let me know when something is working and when something isn't. And I really appreciate that. And it's helped me to create content that both I like and hopefully you like as well. And it's given me immense joy to feel like I'm getting better at it as well and taking more time. Instead of taking a couple of hours, spending multiple days filming a video to ensure that it's entertaining, but it's something I want to create, it's something you want to see. And I have really loved that, and I hope that you can see that I've really loved that as well. But I'm really craving a project that is sort of outdoorsy, something like building a shed or building something. Maybe because the temperatures are getting colder, and even though we're having some beautiful autumn winter days, the idea of getting on my bike for 100 kilometers in 2 days doesn't strike me as something I want to do as much. Not that I don't like the cold. I mean, it was around this time last year I did my 75-kilometer walk. On Instagram I said it was the 25th of October. I got my months mixed up. It was the 25th of November. That's why I ended up walking in the dark for 3 hours when I woke up until the sun started to rise. And that was a really powerful thing for me. I really was really proud of myself for, having the courage to go and walk in the dark on the South Downs Way. And I'm very scared of cows, even though I basically live in the countryside now and there are cows everywhere. And I was just really proud of what I could achieve. And maybe that's why I'm craving a project like this, because that's when I have pride in myself, when I take on a project and I see it through to the end. It might not look like it, but there is actually a method to my madness. I wanted to use whatever we had already in the garden for mulching, so we just used leaves that were on the floor, and then also from the last time that my parents mowed their lawn, that had all dried, so I put that on top. And then I've also put these back on because earlier this year I planted some stuff and it wasn't the last frost, so these actually protected the things that I had planted from getting frost on them, and then they survived and were absolutely fine. So I've also done it to protect the mulch just so it doesn't fly away and that kind of stuff, and also the cats. But yeah, all this to say, I don't really know what's next. I'm going to be alone for a couple of weeks, which is really great because I can get all my work done before Christmas, and then I can really chill out, and then we can get ready for the challenge in January. Yeah, but I've been thinking a lot about what's next. What's the next project? Of course, that does slightly take away from the fact that I am feeling very happy and content right now, and sometimes it's important to just think about that. But I guess my most happiest is, as I said, when I am doing something physical with my hands. That's why I love going to the gym. That's why I love going to the classes. I've gotten much stronger this year and much fitter. I think this is actually the strongest and fittest I've ever been in my life. Does anyone else become quite reflective at the end of the year? This year has disappeared so quickly, and maybe that's why I have this sense of perhaps urgency to move on to the next thing, to create a project, to get some control over what's happening, I guess, in my life. In terms of the visa process, if any of you are wondering, we've been told that we have to wait another few months, so hopefully by January, which actually isn't that long now, we should hear about whether our petition has been approved or not, and from then you take the next steps. So it's very much still a work in progress, and the decluttering project was for my move, but also to feel some sense of control. And now I guess I need to decide what's going to happen. If my visa doesn't get approved, I'm ready to leave where I am. I'm ready to do something next, and maybe I move somewhere alone, because this may be the last opportunity to experience living alone somewhere. I don't know. Either way, you know I'm going to be taking you with me, so just a short video today to kind of update you on how I'm feeling. Bye.